Today I wanted to do a VR to the lovely Julie over at Peekaboorose, who did a video recently introducing the decks that she's using during May. May in the US is something I've never heard of before. It's AANHPI Heritage Month, which stands for Asian American Native Hawaiian Pacific Islanders. Julie was sharing decks made by Asian creators that she's going to be working with in May. It got me thinking about what decks do I own that are created by Asian creators, and I didn't really know. So I'm so grateful to Julie for making me stop and think, also for showing me some lovely decks. Also, I've seen VRs by Clementia over at Clementia's Creative Cartomancy, and also Lise over at She Walks in Beauty. So I'm going to link all of these videos down below, so if you, like me, think, oh, actually what decks are made by Asian creators, it'll give you an idea of what the decks are and what's out there. I thought I'd share these. Now the first is this beauty, the Sasurabito Tarot. It says that the Japanese word Sasurabito most closely translates to wanderer. It is an older literary term that is falling out of use, meant to describe a person ever seeking, searching for a place of healing and refuge. This deck is designed to accompany the curious, wandering querent. I love that. Now this deck I haven't started working with yet. This, believe it or not, was gifted to me, and oh my gosh, it's so special. I have to tell you, yesterday I'd collected all these decks out and I was sat looking at this deck thinking, oh wow, this deck is really beautiful, and Tilly came in and she said, oh, what's that deck, is that new? And I was showing it to her and she said, what does the Three of Cups look like? Because the Three of Cups is Tilly's card, and we always find the Three of Cups in new decks. So I was shuffling at the time when she asked, and I was on about my 7th riffle shuffle, and I said, well, let's pull you a card and perhaps you'll find the Three of Cups. So I split the deck and she pulled the top card. Sure enough, there it was, the Three of Cups, which, don't you just love it when that happens? But I love these backs. I think they're wonderful, and it is one that I've just been itching to start working with. I think it's just so up close and personal, and it's full of emotion, this deck. I think it really manages to capture emotions just so well. It's quite simple artwork, but I love it for that. I love the colour palette as well. It's really sort of earthy, wonderful colour palette. I just think it's fantastic. Now, what to work with it with? Now, I was thinking, what oracle deck have I got that might work really nicely with this deck? So I found a deck that is still to be worked with. I know, all these decks I haven't worked with yet. Now, I don't think this is made by an Asian creator, but it's Ching. It's the Visionary Ching cards by Paul O'Brien. The art is by Joan Larimore, and although it's not an Asian creator, it is an Ching deck. So I thought perhaps these cards with these backs might just work really nicely. Now this one has been put aside and I haven't worked with it yet because I wanted to learn the I Ching system and how to work with the I Ching coins, and to learn all about what these symbols mean. So I haven't got round to that yet. So this deck, that's why this deck hasn't been worked with. However, I suddenly thought, well, I could just use it as an oracle because you've got keywords at the top. I don't really necessarily need to understand the whole of the I Ching system to be able to start working with this deck initially, just to get to know the images and the keywords. So this is one that I thought I might work really nicely with the Sasurabito. So I thought today I would just show you, we'll have a look together and see what it looks like together. Oh yeah, I think these would work really nicely. Yeah. Yeah, I love the art styles together. Oh, cutting through with the axe on. Don't you just love it when synchronicities like that happen? Yeah, and the colours here, look at that. Splitting apart with this 9 of Wands here. Because that's like a graft, isn't it? Oh my gosh, that's amazing. And returning with the 10 of Wands, something being over and you're returning back to the start. Oh, I do like these together. Yeah, these I think would work really nicely as a pair. Excessive pressure and she's holding this tight. This King of Cups is so gorgeous. Look, there's pouring going on there, and here it says dangerous depths. What's he pouring into that cup? Clinging like fire, and you've got the Ace of Wands. Oh, I love these two together. Mutual attraction, and you've got these 2 of Wands looping round. Oh, you're going to have to excuse the noise outside. My neighbour has started working from his garage and it's just driving me mad. Endurance with the 9 of Cups. Yeah, these are lovely, aren't they, together? Oh my gosh, and you've got a real sort of symmetry between these shapes here and the shapes here for her hair. Darkening of the light and the 8 of Cups. Oh, I love them. Yeah, so these are 2 that I think I'm going to try piecing together in the end of May, because where's May gone? Where has May gone? It's just ridiculous. I can't believe we're halfway through already. So these are the what are they again? The Visionary I Ching cards with the Sasurabito Tarot. Okay, another deck that I own was one that I bought myself at Christmas. I have this Witchling Academy Tarot by Pamela, Chen and Mindy, Zhang. Now it opens up like this in a box like this. The guidebook is sort of slid into here. So the guidebook slides out like this. And the cards are in here. So I love the bottom of this box. So that's actually part of the box. I love it. So this is the Witchling Academy Tarot. Like I said, bought at Christmas. And again, oh gosh, I feel ashamed saying this. Again, it's another one not used yet. You can see why I have been on a no-buy year, can't you? I have a whole load of shelves to shop with decks I've never used yet, simply because I haven't got round to them yet. These are the backs. Now this is very Harry Potterish. If you love Harry Potter, you will love this deck. It is bright, it is colourful, it's a Rider-Waite clone, but it's just fantastic. Imagine girls with colourful hair in a story world of a Witchling Academy that reminds me of Hogwarts through and through. You've got familiars that feature all the way through. It's very female centric. I think there's only 2 male figures that appear in the whole deck. one I think is the Emperor and one is on the Lovers card. But it's gorgeous, and I did say in my last video that I thought I needed to start reading with like the Rider-Waite deck and to read with like the classics. Well, this might be an introduction in, just have a little go with this first. So I had a little think about the oracles that might go with this deck, and although it isn't made by an Asian creator, and I wish here that I had Julie's deck with Jasmine Becket-Griffith artwork in, but I don't have it yet. But I do have this Oracle of the Shapeshifters, and I thought about the idea of shape-shifting animals and that sort of magic, and again that made me think of Harry Potter. So this is the Oracle of the Shapeshifters with these backs by Lucy Cavendish, Jasmine Becket-Griffith art, and I just thought that these two might look spectacular together, and oh boy, they do. Look at this. See, look, there's the one male figure in the Emperor, and there's the other one in the Lovers. Oh, look at these. Yes, yes, these two need to be worked together. Love them. Temperance with the Frog Princess, love it. Oh, look, a little budgie there with a pigeon there, and all the green liquid here with this green of the lizard dragon going around there. Love it. Yeah, so I like the art styles of these. So you've got the big-eyed girls here, and you've got like manga style artwork here. I think the two just go together really, really nicely. I love these Lucy Cavendish, Jasmine Becket-Griffith decks. I have a few now, so you can see why Julie's new deck is right at the top of my wish list. Oh wow, look at the colours in those two. Wonderful. Yeah, I'm loving these two together. What do you guys think? Leave me some comments down below and tell me what you think about these two together. I think this will be a really lovely introduction into working with the classics, to be honest. I love them, absolutely love them. Oh, this is so sad, this one. Yeah, so that's the Witchling Academy next to the Oracle of the Shapeshifters. The third deck that I own by an Asian creator is this one by Nawan, Junhasiri. I hope I haven't just butchered that name, which is the Healing Waves Tarot. Now this was gifted to me as a Christmas present by a dear friend, which I couldn't believe, because of course this one was a indie deck on Indiegogo, and there's no planned reprints ever, she said. So this deck is it's done, I'm afraid. It's done and dusted. So the box is gorgeous. It's the most glorious soft cardstock. It's wonderful. It's got these blue edges, and again it will still be in order because I haven't worked with this one yet either. I've been working with the Arthurian Tarot and other decks, and this one just hasn't been worked with yet. But I'm going up to the caravan soon by the ocean, and what a lovely chance to start working with it. Look at that, an octopus as the Hanged Man. How awesome is that? So it's a beautiful, beautiful deck, and I was just blown away to receive this as a gift. I'd seen it when it on Lisa Pepez's channel and fell in love with it, and I just loved it. Now I wondered whether the Faceted Garden Oracle might look nice with it. only because I am becoming more and more aware that water and earth are my two elements. Look at this with these edges and these backs. They're my two elements that I feel just make me feel wonderful, earth and water, and I like them together. And I've recently as well realised that the Page of Cups is my significator card in the tarot, and then it suddenly dawned on me that, oh my gosh, actually the Page of Cups is water and earth, isn't it, for the Page of Cups? So I was like, oh my gosh, it's even in the significator card. So I wondered whether to put a watery deck with a sort of garden deck, but look here, straight away you've got terrarium with temperance. How awesome is that? But I just thought the colour palette of these two might look really nice together, and I've got those two things, that there's water and there's flowers. My gosh, look at that synchronicity. It looks like a lighthouse going up with the flower as the light. Oh my gosh, I love that. Yeah, so really this is a call to me to work with the two elements I love next to each other. I tried to think of a sort of watery oracle that I've got that I would like, but I just kept coming back in my mind to this one. And look at it. I knew it would. Oh my gosh, look at that. His wings kind of look like this skull with the bones with the horns, I mean. I love it. And we've got the two pearls here and here, and we've got the two circles here and here. Amazing. This almost looks like a pearl here. Love it. Yeah, so although this is the Faceted Garden Oracle, it kind of does have a sort of underwater feel about it, or it feels like there's earth and water in there. Well, it does to me anyway. What do you guys think? Yeah, I've worked very briefly with this deck, but not a huge amount. Gosh, that actually looks like the scales here. Oh my gosh, I love seeing synchronicities in decks. And again, look at this with the circles and the circles here. There's something underneath, like the eggs coming out from underneath. It almost looks like the roots coming out. And jewels and pearls going up there, gemstones, and look, love it. Yeah, these I think are going to be gorgeous together. Look at that, all the ice blocks looking like all the pearls. So let me show you some other suits. So we've done earth. Right, let's show you some of the fire in this. Oh wow, look at those two together. Oh, I love these two together. A stick coming up there and something there. Wonderful. Yeah, these are gorgeous. I need to show you the Queen of Wands, because both Busby and me both said we think this is our favourite card ever in any tarot deck. Isn't that just gorgeous? Yeah, look at this. This is wonderful. Yeah, these two just go together so nicely. Oh, yes. Yep. Oh, I love it. Wonderful stuff. I'll show you some of the air cards as well. Aren't they both gorgeous decks? So these are definitely two that I want to put together. So this is the Faceted Garden Oracle, which is just so beautiful, with the Healing Waves Tarot. So these are definitely going to be two that I take up to the caravan with me to work with at the ocean. And I just couldn't wait after I filmed to start working with these decks. So you can see I've got the Sasuraibito, which I did pull a single eye Ching card out, but I also suddenly thought, let's try it with Amy Farber, is it? With her Creativity Oracle, the Creativity Oracle, which you can see on the bottom line. Oh my gosh, I loved this reading. It was so profound, this reading for me. So I've just quickly filmed it just to show you another combination. So the deck, of course, created by the Asian creator is the Sasuraibito. With this Creativity Oracle, you can see on the back of this Creativity Oracle that there are keywords and some advice, which I love. So yeah, a really profound reading and another pairing. So I've loved that. That was just so lovely to do. So that's it, guys. Some decks made by Asian creators, all for AANHPI Heritage Month, with some decks that I thought might pair beautifully with them. An I Ching deck thrown in there for good measure as well. I hope you enjoyed looking at those decks. I'll leave all the links below if you're curious to see what decks could be used this month as well. Go and check out the links. There's some beautiful decks out there. And I hope you enjoyed that, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.